Camelot 331 here, and as you know, or maybe you don't because you've been sleeping under a rock for a couple weeks, but it is a new year. And I feel like that's a very fitting time for me to tell you the top 10 worst places to work at, to stay away from, to avoid completely, or else you die from the things that they do. Because it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Now, this is a completely original list I came up with myself. I did way too much research. It took way too long. I took the employee review score. I took the would you recommend this job to a friend score, and also the approval of the CEO score. And I combined them all into one. And I gave a list. I made a top 10 list. Let's do this. So before we get into it, make sure you give this video a thumbs up doodle. It's real important, and make sure you subscribe if you have not. Is your place of work on this list? It might be. It might not be. Make sure to avoid these top 10 places. Number 10. Walmart. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, how is this not number 1? I don't know. Apparently, people don't hate it entirely as bad as I thought they would have. But Walmart makes it in at 10th place on this list with common complaints such as absolutely no coverage, one associate being forced to run the entire back of store all day alone for barely above minimum wage. Another complaint, terrible management. Every manager saying something different and every one of them ready to punish you for not listening to them specifically, or being fired over being injured or sick, or even wanting to go on maternity leave, with reports of associates being fired right and left and hired back upon returning, losing all benefits. And the worst complaint by far, not getting paid and being clocked out by management without employees knowing. Something reported by thousands of people across America, causing Walmart to face nearly 5,000 lawsuits each year from associates. Walmart's employee review score is 3.2, coming in at 10th place on this list. The recommend to a friend score is 55%, and the CEO approval score is 63%, meaning 63% approve of the CEO's directions. Coming in at 9th place on this list is Walgreens. Ooh, Walgreens. A place you go at 3 in the morning to get alcohol in Las Vegas. That's what I use Walgreens for. What do you use Walgreens for? Here's some common complaints from Walgreens associates. Not a stable schedule. Always changing and never being notified until right before the schedule is posted, which is something that I hate entirely. Extremely poor management. Management disappears for hours with only one associate to run the entire store, which sounds absolutely terrible because those places are kind of big. Absolutely no training. You just start your first day and you're given instructions and set off, and they say they don't have time to teach new hires. Another complaint is pay is bottom of the barrel, and I can attest to this. I actually got a job offer to be a store manager at Walgreens once, and it started out at like $16 an hour for a store management position, and of course I turned it down. Walgreens employee review score is 3.0. The recommend this job to a friend score is 41%. And only 28% of associates approve of the CEO's directions. Whew, Lord. Are you guys ready for number 8 on the list? Because I'm not ready at all for number 8 on the list. You guessed it. Number 8 on the list is Gamestop. Gamestop, which I feel like is number 1 in my heart. In my heart, the numbers don't show it, but in my heart, it's number 1 because it's absolutely terrible. I can attest to that, especially in recent years. Common complaints from GameStop: unrealistic goals. Obviously. Harassing customers with upselling, nearly 5 different pitches to each customer at the register, even asking to see their phone to try to get them to sell it right then and there. That's insane. Another one, threatening with termination on a daily basis if you don't achieve goals. Even management that are tenure are threatened. Another one is HR not interested with helping associates even when they're facing harassment, which is a big one, a very big one. And also extremely negative upper management that care about nothing but a number. And I could go on and on for hours, but this video would be hours long, and you wouldn't want to watch it for that damn long. So GameStop comes in an 8th at an employee review score of 3.0. Only 38% recommend this job to a friend, and only 35% approve of the CEO George Sherman's direction, which should be lower in my opinion because it's terrible. Coming in at 7th place on this list is Rue 21. Rue 21. I used to work beside Rue 21, and I saw a lot of people buy panties and then return them after they used them. If that tells you anything. Some of the common complaints from Rue 21, no work or life balance. No work or life balance at all. It's either the store or nothing. Management harasses you to sell terrible fragrances that no one wants, which is true. They smell terrible, but you best be buying them or that poor associate behind the counter is getting fired as hell. Another complaint from employees are people urinating or bumping uglies in the dressing room. Bumping uglies. You know what I'm saying? Smash business. You get what I'm saying. In the dressing room. It's terrible. Another complaint is extreme favoritism. Cliques formed among associates that completely destroy morale for most associates. And the biggest complaint that I saw more often than not was expecting to choose the job over family or children, which is absolutely despicable in my opinion. Because I would definitely choose the job because I hate children. Maybe. Rue 21 comes in 7th on the list at 2.8 review score. Only 37% of the employees would recommend this job to a friend, and only 43% of the employees approve of the CEO's decisions. Shocking. Maybe if you didn't return the dirty underwear, I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. Number 6 on the list is Forever 21. Ooh, Forever 21, which I don't know what that is because I'm 29, so I don't think legally I'm allowed to know. But apparently it's clothes, I think, because I'm old. I don't know, man. I'm not Forever 21. I'm forever old as hell. Common complaints for Forever 21 come in at you get no hours unless you sign up customers for high interest rate credit cards. Ooh, shocking. Another one is they want us to lie to customers and tell them that their credit card they got was indeed not a credit card and didn't even affect your credit. Sounds like something GameStop would do. Yes, that is indeed a credit card, unfortunately. Another one is management is lazy and discriminate based on appearance. In other words, if you kind of round, you won't get as many hours as the not round girl. Maybe. I don't know, but that's just what I'm thinking. Another one is extremely high turnover rates. People come and go as fast as me. And it's like 7 seconds for me. And the complaint I saw the most is high unattainable goals from upper management. Ooh, shocking. Forever 21 in 6th place comes in at a 2.9 review score. 38% of employees would recommend this job to someone else, and only 33% approve of the CEO's direction. So always remember, that credit card indeed affects your credit. It's right in the name, son. Coming in at 5th on this list is the great American store, Dollar General. Ooh, another place where you can go at 2 a.m., maybe, and buy lots of meth. No. Common complaints from Dollar General is extremely low pay with extremely high workloads. Shocking. I only have ever seen one person in there, so I can believe that. Another one is lead positions are required to do management responsibilities with only a 50-cent pay increase. That sounds absolutely terrible. Another one, and a rather terrible one, is single coverage in a rather big box store. That's kind of like a small version of Walmart having only one associate, which is kind of terrifying. And one common complaint I heard, which is absolutely insane, is the life insurance policies on the associates at Dollar General that have that as a benefit. The beneficiary is set as Dollar General unless they specify otherwise. So Dollar General gets your death money. Not even your mama. It's Dollar General. That's crazy. Dollar General in 5th place comes in at a 2.7 review score. Only 34% of employees would recommend this job to a friend, and only 41% approve of the CEO's direction. I would probably not like the CEO either if he got my life insurance policy. I'm dying for no reason over here. Coming in at 4th on this list is Dillards. Ooh, Dillards. Have you ever been in Dillards? I have not, but we're about to find out something about Dillards. Common complaints are quotas are ridiculous, which leaves great and hardworking employees automatically terminated, which is something I absolutely hate. I hate when you have a really talented associate that gets terminated over an insane quota that they couldn't make because of some circumstance that they couldn't overcome. Another one is the company concentrates on numbers and not associates. Holiday pay is only available on request even though it's a benefit. It's not auto-added, meaning that if you don't let somebody know after the holiday that you want holiday pay, they just won't give it to you. That don't make no sense. Another common complaint is there's no HR department, so employees' rights are violated on a daily basis, which is absolutely terrifying. But let's be honest, HR departments really don't help associates anyway. And the biggest complaint I saw on every single complaint was you will be forced to stop and empty your personal bag and treated like a criminal every shift for bag checks. Ooh. And that's something that GameStop kind of had a policy of when I was there, and we didn't ever do it because it's really embarrassing and stupid, in my opinion. Dillards comes in fourth place at a 2.7 review score. 38% of employees would recommend this job to a friend, and only 44% of employees approve of the CEO's direction. Shocking. Top 3. Here we go. The next one is a company I didn't even know still existed. In third place is Sears. Absolutely gross. Common complaints from Sears. No opportunity to grow. Because let's be honest, the company is pretty much on its deathbed. You can't grow anymore when you're 98 years old. You're growing the opposite direction, into the ground. Another common complaint, there is stress on gimmicks that make no difference. Another one is they will hire you for repairs and you'll end up on the sales floor selling. That's like hiring a surgeon for surgery and then he mops the floors. Doesn't make any sense. Management will constantly threaten termination if you don't get credit cards. Another complaint is the job doesn't really pay anything, which is understandable because they have like $7 in the corporate office. Another complaint is the computers run on systems that are several decades old. I think I read as old as like the late 70s, early 80s. That's insane. And the biggest complaint I found is managers are never anywhere to be found when they are needed. It's because they don't exist. It's like a mythical creature, man. Sears in third place has a 2.8 employee review score. And I know what you're thinking. That's higher than Dillards and Dollar General, right? Well, only 32%. Only 32% of employees would recommend this job to a friend, which is the third lowest on this list. And only 18, holy God, only 18% of employees approve of the CEO, which is lowest on this entire list, which is why it's in third damn place, son. Holy hell. Oh my God. Coming in at second place, runner-up, worst place to work in the entire ever is Family Dollar. Oh, it's family and it's dollars. Common complaints from Family Dollar associates is extremely long hours, up to 15 hours without lunches and barely any bathroom breaks, with no other coverage alone in the store. And that's like the Dollar General. It's the same thing. You have kind of a big box. Store. It's kind of like the same thing, and it's just one person for 15 hours. That's insane. Another complaint is management is required to work nearly 80 hours a week on salary to keep up because the company offers no payroll for other associates. And that's just a company taking advantage of people on salary. That's all that is. They're just like, oh, just work forever. We pay you 38 grand a year, which is nothing. The biggest complaint I read from Family Dollar associates are you have to work as a stalker, a cashier, security guard, and management all at once. They expect you to tackle people and to make sure they don't steal. How the hell are you going to tell if somebody's stealing in aisle 15 when you're at the register? You ain't. Family Dollar in second place comes in at 2.6 employee review score. Only 30% of employees would recommend this job to a friend, and only 36% approve of the CEO's direction. Ooh, number 2, Family Dollar. Now here we are. We made it. We made it to the number 1 spot. You're going to be shocked at the number 1 spot and how much lower it is than everything else, to be honest. Everything's kind of close until you get to this one. Number 1, worst place to work at in the entire Americas and maybe in the world. I don't know. The research is too much. Number 1 is the fresh market. Oh my God, stay away. The horror stories that I've heard, holy hell. Common complaints, and I mean common complaints. Worked constant overtime without it ever appearing on a paycheck. Basically stealing pay just like Walmart has been accused of doing. Another complaint is by far the most upset with upper management with constant complaints and mismanagement. A big complaint, a very scary complaint, especially for a food place. Constant complaints of rats, roaches, and bug infestation. Management and corporate knows, but do not care. Holy mother of God. Rat droppings in produce. You gonna pick up a head of lettuce and there's gonna be rat poop on it. That is terrifying. The biggest complaint and the most despicable and disgusting complaint, and they should be ashamed of themselves, is food is regularly expired and sold anyway, so people get sick on a large scale. Wow. Holy mother of God. The fresh market comes in at first place on the list with an all-time low. Worst in America, 2.2 review score from employees. Only 21%, the lowest on this list, 21% of employees would recommend this to a friend, and second lowest on the list, only 25% approve of the CEO. By far the worst place. Absolutely worst. That, my friends, is the top 10 worst places to work at in this new year. Stay away. Don't do it. Just stay the hell away. It's not worth your time, it's not worth your money, and it's not worth getting the rat pooped on your face. It's not worth it. So what do you think of my list? It's my custom list. I came up with it for you, and it took way damn too long. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, doodle. Make sure you like it. Subscribe if you haven't. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and make sure you message me your stories that will probably appear in a video on this channel. So until next time, make sure you get on it. Doggone it. Bye. If only you knew how bad things really were. Yeah.